Everyone, welcome back to the channel. So good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. So Dragon Ball Super Manga chapter 91 released just a few days ago, and as usual, that always gets me excited for the next chapter. One more chapter closer to the end of Z and actual factual brand new Dragon Ball stories, not something that happened in the time skip, no prequels, no retcons. No, we're just going into new, brand new story, which I guess even at that point will still be kind of a retelling, or not a retelling, but a rewrite of Dragon Ball GT, which is like, it's not the worst thing that could happen. I kind of like Dragon Ball GT, up to a certain extent, but, hey, whatever. Anyways, we're almost there at the end of the superhero arc. But that doesn't mean that I'm rushing past all the good Dragon Ball content that is right here in front of us. I know a lot of people are ready to have this arc over with. They're ready to get back to Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and, dealing with Black Frieza and that big whole intergalactic space opera multiversal war that saga very well could be. But just as I mentioned in my previous video, there's a lot to be gained, by taking the time, with the journey, investing in these secondary characters so that they can mature and be ripe for the plucking, if that's how you describe vegetables or fruit or whatever, but so they can get up to the necessary relevancy to where they can stand shoulder to shoulder, not necessarily in power when it comes to Goku and the others, but as far as significance and what they have to contribute to the story. These characters such as Krillin and Piccolo, Pan, even Trunks and Goten, as far as they have strayed, they too can contribute to the story now that they have more time, with us, the readers. And I think for the kind of story that they're going to have to tell with, Black Frieza, the whole Black Frieza saga and everything that's to come with Dragon Ball, I think that it's going to require, more than just Goku and Vegeta and Broly for it to really have some, some good significance. They're going to need so many more characters and so many more moving parts for the Black Frieza saga to feel earned, for that saga to feel like it has some stakes, for that story to feel like it belongs at this point in the Dragon Ball timeline. So with that being said, looking back on chapter 91, they did a couple things I liked, a couple things I didn't like, but it's but I mean, it's like, hey, Krillin got beat up by a bee, it's all good. Yeah, I guess these things just kind of happen sometimes in the world of Dragon Ball. You just, sometimes you just gotta let some things happen, and beyond that part with Krillin and the whole, police investigation, they didn't change all that much with the Dragon Ball superhero story. And I know some people are complaining, it's like, well, if they knew about, Dr. Hito and the Red Ribbon Army, why didn't they make moves, ahead of time to really stop them? And it's like, hey, well, they're the police, it's, in a world where you just have, Super Saiyan powers and you can just fly around and blow up a whole spot, within a matter of seconds. Yeah, it seems weird that they, took, if they took basically half a year, I think it said in the time skip, they took over half a year to really pursue this investigation. And it's like, well, that's not how things really work in the real life. So it's like, I know this isn't real life, but still, police can't just, go in guns a-blazing without probable cause. They need evidence. They need, research. They need investigations. And it seems like at this point, they still didn't have enough to make a move on Dr. Hito and the Red Ribbon Army. And yeah, it makes Krillin look like he's down bad. But, again, this could be a payoff for something that's still to come in the next chapter or the chapter after that, chapter 92 or chapter 93. Like, a lot of people are getting upset that it's basically just a retelling of Dragon Ball Superhero with, with versus these few changes. But we still haven't gotten to the end of the story, guys. A lot of things can still be changed. A lot of things could still be different and changed for the better, making it, events more meaningful and impactful, which is, I guess, the same as meaningful. But you know what I'm trying to say. So we still could very much get that, you know, B plot that I mentioned in the previous video, where we get something going on with Krillin, who is still investigating Red Ribbon, and maybe he's made a point to tell Android 18 and Android 17 about it, who, you know, it's like, well, why haven't they done anything? It's like, well, maybe they just didn't think it was that big of an issue, you know? They didn't think it was something to get worried about until it was time to get worried about it. You know, it's possible. You know, I'm not trying to say it's good writing. I'm just trying to say it's possible. We could definitely still get another appearance of Goten and Trunks. They could still show up again in the story in their superhero outfits. Like, that definitely could still happen. Yeah, that didn't happen in the movie, but as Dragon Ball has shown us over these past years, what happens in the manga isn't necessarily what's going to happen in the movie, and what happens in the movie isn't necessarily what's going to happen in the anime. So nothing is really set in stone as of yet. A lot of cool things can change, especially considering what could happen just in the next chapter. What has me really excited, and I hope they do this, because it really is just, if they do this, then basically it's like, oh yeah, they could change a whole bunch of stuff, right? So what I'm hoping for and what I'm expecting to see in Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 92 is that we get to see what we saw in the original movie, Goku, Vegeta, Broly, you know, on Beerus's planet, training and all that good stuff. But what we do also get to see is someone who wasn't in the Broly movie, someone who wasn't in the anime, and it wouldn't have made sense for that character to show up there in the original Dragon Ball Super movie. I'm gonna start calling that thing Dragon Ball Cho Superhero or something, because it's like, it's a superhero movie. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. But going back to what I was talking about, who the other character that could be there with them is Granola. Now, I know he's got like only a couple more years to live, you know, maybe, I don't know what, you know, I forget, I had to crunch the numbers on just exactly how much runway he has left as far as life, you know, but for a guy who just the last arc was like very much the strongest warrior in the universe, like that's official, he was the strongest fighter in the universe. How could you not have him on your team, actually putting in the work, you know, learning from the previous arc, this whole thing about real, you know, power, real strength, real training, you know, it's like, you got to put in the work if you really want you know, if you really want to call yourself the best and all that good stuff. So it's like, how could you not have him there getting ready for what is surely to be this, you know, this huge threat, the unstoppable force that Black Frieza is surely to be. It's like, so I really think that will be cool. It's something I'm really excited to see, you know, and I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but again, it just shows that they can change things, and it shows that they are thinking about a bigger picture, and it shows that there's still so much more to come from Dragon Ball just within the superhero arc, and not what will follow it, which is the end of Z. But hey, those are just my thoughts on the Dragon Ball Super manga so far. I thought chapter 91 was pretty decent, you know, nothing special, nothing horrible. It was weird that it kind of leaked a couple days before it released. It's like, is that something they're like trying out? Like, I feel like that was an official move, right? That wasn't someone just, you know, got it and just leaked the whole thing. That whole thing seems calculated, but I don't know, you know. Anyways, yeah, I thought it wasn't that bad of a chapter, nothing to really all that exciting, but I do think there are some exciting things still to look forward to, and I'm planning on making another video going deeper, doing a deeper dive on chapter 91 on some, you know, some key points that I think could be pointing towards what we can expect in the next arc, what we can expect to see in this end of Z, you know, world, and, you know, and the possible storylines that they have set up for that. So I would very much encourage you to subscribe to the channel to not miss any Dragon Ball videos that come out. Definitely drop a like on the video if you made it this far, because I mean, come on, clearly you're a fan of Dragon Ball just like me, and I appreciate you watching, appreciate your time, appreciate your effort. Yeah, I mean, if watching the video is effort, then I mean, I guess it kind of is. Look, I appreciate you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.